I want to describe some of the types of relationships that I've seen people be stuck in, or these cycles of relationships that they've been stuck in whenever they express having gone through emotional neglect, emotional abuse, or very difficult households in a young age. And what results in them being stuck in these cycles, right, is that they have this very low internal confidence in themselves. They're very slow to open up, to become vulnerable to somebody. And at the same time, everybody feels this internal need for emotional connection, right? Of needing love, of needing attention from somebody. So whenever they come across somebody that is able to fulfill that for them, right? To give them that, they'll do anything and everything to maintain that connection, even if it requires them to deny parts of themselves, to change themselves, to silence themselves, and to become what that person wants or needs out of them, right? Whether it's financially, emotionally, or even physically, right? It can lead to some very dark places in life that some people get stuck in. So one of the types of relationships I find is that they seem to become the fixer in the relationship, right? Or the person that is providing much more than the other person, either in time, effort, financially, whole range of things, right? They seem to be the one that is giving a lot more of themselves to the relationship to make it function, to make it work, while the other person is simply benefiting, or in a way using them for all of those things, right? Gaining from them and not truly sharing in the relationship with the same amount of love and attention that is required in a relationship to for it to be a healthy one, right? One that is equal in that sense. Other thing I've seen is people being very forgiving, right? I mean, from the very beginning, they ignore certain red flags or behaviors that they wouldn't accept from others, and they just laugh them off or smile them away or ignore them subconsciously in order to keep the relationship going, and in a way continue to, in their minds, strengthen their connection, right? Or strengthen the relationship. But over time, all those things that they've forgiven simply start to get worse and worse. The other person reveals more of themselves, and now they simply have been stuck in forgiving and letting these things go, that they let worse things go over time, and they get stuck in this type of relationship, right? And over time, they just can't take it anymore. All this confusion, this pain is not worth the relationship anymore. So they end up breaking it off, or they get stuck in that if they're not able to break it off, and they find themselves in the same place at the end, right? This emptiness, this need for connection, and they'll simply start it over again with anybody that's able to fulfill that for them. So in a way, that emotional disconnect from a parent in a young age is very damaging in the long run, because you're always gonna be trying to fill that with something, right? Or with anyone, and you'll forgive the worst in people. You'll change yourself to fit into a relationship. You'll deny parts of yourself. You'll put yourself second, and then it just leads to being stuck in these cycles, right, of terrible relationships. So if this lines up to something that you've been dealing with, then just know that it is possible to heal these parts of yourself, right? To change what you feel you're worth, change what you believe that you deserve in life, right? And then also, you can build your confidence in being able to speak up and express that to others, right? And being able to set boundaries in a healthy way and call people out on their bullshit, and realize that the relationship is not going to be for you, and cut it off from an early stage, where now you're more mature in knowing that you need to build a relationship with somebody, instead of instantly thinking that that minimal amount of connection is enough to build the whole relationship around, right? And that's one of the biggest flips that some people do. So hopefully this can give you some clarity and guidance in what you need to do for yourself.